Okay, my name is Eric Gwinnett. This is my presentation over the Linux distributions. Um, I was told to pick two distributions and give a presentation about it, so the two that I picked was Linux Mint and Linux Vector. Let's get started looking at Linux Mint first. We got Mint 18. It was the codename Sarah. Cinnamon 3.0. Mint. It was originally based off of a Debian distribution. That was in back in 2006, actually in France. The very first Mint was it was Mint, one, and it was Ada. After that, they had Barbara, Cassandra. There was Alyssa, and I believe there's a Betsy, maybe. Um, and now we are at Mint 18, which is Sarah. The minimum and recommended spec requirements are here. You've got 1 gigabyte recommended RAM for comfortable use. 20 gigabytes recommended hard disk space. We've got 1024 768 resolution, but if your screen is a little less than that, you can alt and drag the window corners to fit the screen better. So it's a neat feature for Mint. Um, the Mint desktop, it's real similar to Windows. It is not Windows, obviously, and it's got a lot of differences from Windows. But if you set somebody who's only familiar with Windows down at a Mint desktop, with a little time, they could work their way through it. They'd find everything no problem. Some Linux distributions are completely different from Windows, but this one is it's pretty similar as far as the looks for it. Some of the features Mint has is it's got Pix, Xed or Zed. I'm not sure which one how to pronounce that, but it has the X Viewer, X Reader, and X Player. These are all your standard applications that come with the Mint distribution. It's to be compared to the Windows, your Notepad or your Microsoft Word, your media player, Windows Media Player, stuff like that. So some screenshots. I actually got all of these off of the website, the Mint website. Your pics is just your picture editor. It's pretty self-explanatory. You've got your options to cropping and resizing, editing colors and stuff, and your X player is just your media player. You can play movies, music videos, just playing music if you want. Also, it's got the Z or XED, however you pronounce that, and the X reader. The Z is it's just your notepad. Um, it it's your text editor for Linux Mint, and your X reader is the PDF file reader. Also, it's got the X viewer. So it's similar to the Pix, except it's not for editing. It's just for viewing pictures. And then the next distribution I chose was the Linux Vector 6.0 Standard Edition. This is actually not the up to date version. They have a newer version. It's 7.0 or 7.1, I believe, the gold edition or gold standard or something like that. But on their website, they didn't have very much information on the newer version, so I went with the 6.0. I downloaded the ISO image for both of these distributions and loaded them up on VirtualBox. And I got a lot more information on the 6.0 on the website than what I did from the 7.0. But the Linux Vector was originally based off of the Slackware distribution. System requirements are the Pentium 3 equivalent or higher, 128 gigabyte RAM or higher, and the hard disk is 4.8 gig for the full install with all the optional packages. So it's not very big download or install. If you was going to be installing or adding pictures, video, stuff like that, because it has these features also the same as what Mint did, or a lot of similar features at least. You would need more than 4.8 gigs for storage, but that is all that it requires for the full install with the optional packages. This is what the Vector desktop looks like. This is the 7.0 or 7.1, the newest version of Vector. It is completely different from Mint as far as just like general looks. You can see down you've got your Firefox stuff that you're used to on Windows. Obviously, a power button, sound, weather app. To me, this looks quite a bit like a Mac OS. Completely different from Windows. If you used to have somebody who had only used Windows before and set them down at the Mint desktop, like I said before, they'd be able to work through it pretty good. But the Vector one would probably be a little more challenging for them, just because it's quite a bit more like the Apple. But some of the features that Vector has, it's got the GNOME M player, which is just the audio media player for Vector. It's like the Windows media player. Um, the graphics menu has the excellent GIMP 2.8 image editing, and the Office tools. It's got Abbey Word for the text editing, and numeric, I believe, for the spreadsheet. It's like your Excel documents. Here's some screenshots of this. I took these from VirtualBox. You can see where it didn't quite want to edit out the background too smooth, but we have the media player. I didn't get to mess with it a whole lot. You can insert your disc or DVD to play your media off of that. Over here, you've got your picture, your drawing tools. It's really cool to play with. Also, you've got your office tools, your Abbey Word, and your Gnumeric. The Abbey Word is it's a simple text editor, like Microsoft Word. Doesn't have a whole lot of options with it, but it still works. It still works pretty good. And then your spreadsheet, your numeric spreadsheet, is just like the Microsoft Excel from Office. And that is the end of my presentation. Um, I hope you enjoyed it and the little graphics. Um, I was looking for the Star Wars penguins. I actually found one with it said "May the Source be with you." I thought that was pretty funny, so I thought I would share that with you. But thank you for watching, and you have a nice day.